Hello, hello everyone! Welcome back to Dewan Pundit Indonesia, the English version, with me, Conchita Caroline, as your host for today's episode. As always, we're here to break down the latest news from the world of football. And joining me on today's episode are three of our brilliant minds in football analysis. First up, we've got the ever knowledgeable Kiko and Rika.
Thank you.
Next, we have Firzi Idris, our data and stats guru, bringing numbers to life. And of course, last but certainly not least, our voice of reason and a favorite among viewers for his bold takes. We have Adiani. Hello. How was your week, you guys? It's been a week already.
Yeah, I had a great week.
Had a blast?
Good. Yeah. We did dive ever more into paddle.
Yeah.
How are you?
That's more interesting than my week.
What about you, Kiko?
I'm okay.
You've been missing for a while now.
No, yeah, I've been sick the whole week last week. Actually, so I usually,
now you're feeling
bad
better
weather
now.
all around.
I'm okay. Yeah. I'm
Actually.
seeing this paddle thing going on in the board. So you guys talking about paddle. What
He's
can
the
you say?
master of paddle.
Is he?
No, I'm not. Masario
I'm
is.
just realizing that now.
But we're
so.
a team, and we won when we were a
Yeah,
team,
we
right?
won
Yeah.
actually.
So there you go.
That was
Like when
surprising.
you guys were kids, spent a lot of time at resorts.
Fancy resort, Mediterranean resort.
That sounds like Mas Saryo.
Yeah.
Mas Saryo and Panji Suryono. Raden Mas
True.
Panji.
Raden, yeah.
That's why we call him Raden.
Raden.
Anyway, before we dive into today's topics, as always, let's take a moment to hear from you, Jebret team. We've got some fantastic comments from the previous episode that we just can't wait to share. So let's see what you guys had to say. The first comment is from Alafiani LPR. Can you help me read this one, Kiko?
Sure. Great discussion you guys are having. Shout out for the moderator and pundits who knit the context very well. As a Man City fan, to see the winless streak is awful. However, this is the time when the fans are needed the most. City tried to be better with the energetic high press against Feyenoord. Resulted remarkable until the domino effect of Vardiol's error shut down, then became uncharacteristic.
Sheesh.
This is the
darkest day.
The darkest day, sorry. But with one little good result versus Liv, I wonder what team that is, will boost confidence beyond anything.
That's your team.
No, I was kidding, guys.
Of course.
I was kidding, guys. Proving doubters wrong is what City always do for 2012, 2023 and beyond.
Ooh, anything to say, Kiko, since he's mentioning your team?
Well, they lost, so unfortunately for you guys, you lost. So you need more energy from the back of that, and let's see in the coming weeks.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next one. This one is from Adinda Pangeran QD8JO.
I think these comments, by the
Okay,
way.
this one is actually a compliment, but I kind of want to hear Mas Firzi read
I
this
thought
one.
you were gonna leave it to Aldi because he's the main one of the culprits here. But yeah, I'll just read it. I hope this English DPI version gonna stay with friendly, calm discussion, just like when Kiko is present. I don't want the concept to turn into debate, just like last week talking about Dalo. We already got that concept in normal DPI. Let this be our own thing.
That's because
Now,
of Aldi.
now, now you see why I can't ask Adi to read that one, right? Because he was the one.
he's
He was the one having the heated discussion with Ali.
If it's not
So we're
Aldi,
just the
then
observer
we're gonna
there.
have a very cool, calm, composed discussion.
Yeah.
It's Aldi, isn't it? It's Aldi,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's all Aldi.
It's always the fiery
It's just
Aldi.
fiery, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last one is from Kilan Speaks. Okay, this is quite a long one. Adi, can you help me?
I got a problem reading it.
No.
Exactly. Right?
Dewan Pundit Indonesia. Just wanted to drop a quick note to say great job on creating the English version of your
Talk.
Am I right in thinking that you're the only ones from Indonesia doing something like this in English? It's really refreshing to hear you discuss our national team in English, and I am sure there are international fans who, however, who appreciate it too. Keep up the great work and stay consistent with what you're doing. It's what truly sets you apart. Cheers.
Cheers.
Are we seriously the only ones or the first? Just the
No.
first?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think currently,
We're the only
one
one.
of the only
Right now,
ones,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Right now.
In
yeah.
this kind of format, yeah, right.
So stop saying nobody watches this. Because I kept reading the same comment from the same guy. He kept saying yeah, he kept
keeps on
saying stuff
commenting.
like
So he's watching it himself. Yeah.
he kept saying like nobody watch this, DPI ngapain bikin kayak gini. Well, you have 3 normal DPI a week, bro. This one is only once a week,
Yeah.
so please just be happy for us. Be
Yeah.
happy for me. This is my only DPI. This is my only chance to shine, bro. Anyway, that's it
Kode nih,
from
kode
the
nih.
comments.
Kode guys.
Bisa dong Mas Abrar. Anyway, let's jump into one of the hottest topics in football right now. The FIFA Best Men's Player 2024. After Rodri recently claimed the Ballon d'Or, the question is still coming up. Will he double up and take home this award as well? But there's another debate brewing. Lionel Messi once again is on the short list after a year that's seen him move to Inter Miami. What exactly has he done over the past 12 months to still be considered among the world's best? Is this recognition based on merit or just Messi's legacy continuing to shine? What do you think, Adi?
I think it's on merit. Not like here. There's a lot of stuff that is not on merit.
No, it's not just Aldi. I think it's also Adi.
Hint, hint.
But when we're talking about Leo Messi, then he has to be a nomination that has a title of best player in the world. You have to put him in that bracket because what he's done for Argentina, and Argentina is still doing very well in the qualifications as well. And you have to consider that Inter Miami before Leo Messi is just a so-so club
Yeah.
in the MLS, and now
Bottom of the league actually.
Yeah.
Well, before they
Okay,
came.
because
yeah.
I honestly don't watch MLS, so
you
I don't
don't
really
have to.
know.
That's fine. It's one of the worst leagues in the world.
Really?
But with Leo Messi coming in,
Oh,
it's
okay.
different, and now the team is playing very well domestically and in cup competitions as well. And you look at what Messi is doing with Argentina, so you still have to put him in the nominee. But I think he won't win it, but he is always going to be in that conversation of one of the best in the world.
But speaking of Rodri, he also had quite a great year with Manchester City. Don't you think he
Of course.
also deserves to be not only nominated, but perhaps
win.
grabbing the trophy? Yeah.
It's a big possibility for him to win, and you have the likes of Fini, also a great player, and Rodri in terms of playing for Man City and what he has done and the titles he's won there. And I think again a couple of seasons ago when the club won the treble, I think that was his best season.
Yes.
And now adding to the amount of trophies that he has won with Man City. Now he has that Euro title as well with Spain, so
Yeah.
he's one of the front runners, of course.
Yeah.
Mas
So
Firzi?
coming back to Messi, I think in the official side they say that the reason he's in the list is because obviously the way Miami won the Supporter Shield. I mean they've won it like with the best point tally of I think the most in recent times among other MLS teams, and of course obviously the 2024 Copa America triumph it weighted heavily. I mean, it's also weighted heavily in the men's Ballon d'Or, the performances in the national team. We saw how one of the reasons that Vini doesn't want it is because the way Brazil failed at the Copa America. So maybe we all know today without Rodri, like his absence is in part what makes Guardiola and Stuart Pearce is in the same conversation among football fans with City now losing I think five matches in a row.
4 Premier League matches.
Four
in a row.
Premier League in a row.
Yeah.
It never happens in a decade also. The first time it happens to Pep Guardiola. So his presence in the midfield just shows how great he is as a player and how much his team misses him. But the shortlist for this award is like compiled by a football panel, football panels. In the men's award, it was compiled by Peter Cech, Didier Drogba, Brett Emerton, Rio Ferdinand, among others, Park Ji-sung, and Kaká. So there's a big players there, legends. They compiled the shortlist, and I think it's a combination between national team captains, managers, and journalists. They will vote on this.
Are there any names that surprise you, Kiko, on the list?
Well, I know that names that surprise me that aren't on the list, which is, we'll get that in a few. But coming back to that again, with Rodri, I think he's one of the front runners to win it, to be honest, in my opinion, aside of Vinny and a couple more players. But I think coming back to Messi, it's always going to be a hard debate, as correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no really like a reminder of saying, oh, this is the top league, he deserves it, and this is not the top league, he doesn't deserve it. Adi said it's not a,
the top league.
But that's subjective. You can't really judge it based on that. And if you talk about Messi's performance in the MLS, he actually performed well and carried the Inter Miami team last season. So, but if we base it on his past legacy, I don't think it's fair to the players that perform well throughout the year. So, I personally think he shouldn't be there. I think Messi fans will be surprised as well. But yeah, I think there's a lot of other players that aren't there that are deserving to be nominated as well. So I think Rodri has a good chance. I think Vinny has a good chance. I think Bellingham as well has a good chance given how he played last season with Real Madrid. And yeah, I think there are a lot more that has a chance as well. So you don't know. We'll see.
How are FIFA's criteria for the Best Men's Player award different from the Ballon d'Or? Is there any difference between the criteria, or?
I always thought of it like FIFA, the best is on this year basis, whereas Ballon d'Or is on a seasonal basis. That's what I always thought.
Well, there's 4 to 5 months when they calculate the performances for the national team and the club. But I think for this one, it's a bit more wider.
Oh,
The time
okay.
span of the
and of course, who votes it as well is different, right?
I think the criteria is, according to the website, is individual performance in the previous season, team success during the previous season, player behavior, and fair play during that season also. So
player behavior, that's interesting.
I didn't know that as well.
I feel like you have a lot more to say about that particular
I have
criteria.
a lot more to say about what Frizzy said about Pep Guardiola and Stuart Pearce, but that's a conversation.
You said what?
Because you're putting Rodri and Stephen Ireland in the same bracket.
See, this is why I feel like we need Aldi sometimes. Because Aldi's the one who can get the word out of him.
He can trigger Adi.
He challenged
He
Adi
challenges Adi,
in a, I want to
He
say
knows
good
my
way.
pressure.
He knows exactly.
Well, do you have any favorites, Joe, in terms of who deserves it more, I think?
Well, if you're talking about behavior, then Rodri would sit.
No tattoos.
The nice guy. Mr.
That's
Nice
what
guy.
Pep said.
Yeah, Vinny obviously have a lot of challenge to get this award. I mean, this is more like a popularity contest, more so because you've got the national team captains and managers and the fans. Obviously, with the fans factoring in this award, that's not the case in the Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or is like the 100 journalists from the 100 top UEFA nations, whereas here you have that fan factor. Even though even the national team coaches, they have that fan factor of Messi, they will most likely see the awards through the international team, through the national team perspective. So I think with Messi winning the Copa America, I think it will have a lot of leverage with him. But of course, with Rodri also winning the Euros, it will also make him more favorite. But I think in this award, I think another one. I'll be surprised if Vinny will get this one compared to those
So you think
two.
it's Messi because of the
I think Messi will have.
factor.
We'll see.
Had a discussion
Well,
about
do not underestimate the fan factor. Do not
We
not
haven't talked about that fan power.
Yeah, that fan power. Yeah, do not.
Should that
the
factor though? I mean,
manpower.
should popularity be
Because
factor into
the
the
vote,
voting process?
the vote will be divided evenly.
Okay.
The fans, the national team coaches and captain, and the journalists. So a third of that vote will be on the captain, on the fans.
On the fans,
Yeah.
Okay. Kiko, any favorite?
Rodri.
Rodri.
Rodri, yeah.
Not Messi?
There's no Liverpool player, so I can't really vote. But not Messi.
Yeah,
I'm a Messi fan,
only
but
Rodri and Erling Haaland from the Premier League
Yeah,
got
yeah.
nominated.
I'm a
Right,
I'll vote
so
for Rodri.
it's definitely going to be fascinating to see how this plays out. What do you guys think? Please write your thoughts, your comments on the comment section below. We'll be back after this one.